Hey y'all, welcome back to Mommy's Corner with Ashley. Today we're going to be talking about 10 things you should know before you get married. Your significant other's past. Yes, your significant other's past. I don't care if it's relationships, situationships, but you should know, who your significant other dealt with, how long it happened. You should have feelings for that person. A lot of people try to be like, oh, no, of course not. But be for real. Like, let's just be 100. Okay? Especially before you get married. Of course, that might be a deal breaker. But you should always know these things before you get married. You should know who they dealt with, how long they've been with each other, things that they went through. Not to throw it up in their face, but just about, okay, I feel like I know my significant other. Can't nobody else tell me about my significant other. They've told me, I told them, and we good. The past is the past. It's not for you to get jealous over. It is truly an indication of you opening up about your feelings, about maybe the hurt from the past, and just moving forward. So it shouldn't be based off of, oh, you was with so and so. Oh, no, no, nothing negative. It should just be about, becoming vulnerable with your significant other and just opening up. Trauma. You want to know what triggers your significant other might have. And you want to make sure that you're not insensitive about certain trauma or certain situation or conversations that may arise. You want to make sure that you're thoughtful when certain conversations do arise. Maybe your significant other may have gone through something in their life where they need someone who can understand the pain and hurt they went through. They will need someone who isn't insensitive to their pain. It could be anything from maybe something from their childhood they still haven't gotten under control yet. You really need to be sensitive and understanding about what that is. Sometimes people won't share it with you, but it's always good to know because you don't want something to trigger them and you don't know what's going on. You're kind of caught off guard about it. So you always want to have that kind of conversation just out the blue. It's always better, I say. But yeah, you will always want to know what that person's trauma or triggers are, pertaining to the trauma, of course. Because like I said, you don't want to be caught off guard with that because it might be a hurtful trigger and you don't want to be the one that gets hurt if it happens. God forbid it does. Family dynamic and upbringing. This has a lot to do with how someone wants to live, how someone wants their future to be. So for instance, if someone was, grew up and, like a single parent home, like, look, hey, I was brought up in a single family home. I don't want that for my children. I want to know that we're going to be together, we're going to be with our kids. Or it could just be, I had a rough childhood. I don't want no kids. I want my kids to go through what I went through or worse. It's okay. But you should know about, your family's, your soon-to-be family-in-laws, relationship with each other, what to expect at family functions. Yeah. And not even that, I've been blessed to have a really good in-law support system. I don't know. My in-laws are great. I've been very fortunate for that. And honestly, my husband does too. Both sides love each other, and it's a blessing. Not everyone is so fortunate to have that. perseverance. I know this isn't like a thing, but you want to make sure that you're in a relationship with someone who's willing to weather the storm with you, regardless of how, hard the times may be, or regardless of the obstacle that's ahead. You want to make sure you're with someone who can weather the storm with you, someone who's willing to tough it out, someone who's willing to forgive if something happens. You want to make sure you're with someone who's willing, who's dedicated to go through the hard times with you. It's so important to have that, because this is a marriage. This isn't another relationship, something that you can just cut off. And some people do, don't get me wrong. However, the purpose of the marriage is to be one, to grow as one, and to be with one another until the day you die. So in the marriage, you're gonna have to fight for it, regardless of if things get, comfortable, or it gets boring or dry, or whatever the case is. You have to have someone who's willing to go the extra mile to get you all back on the same page. You need someone who's willing and who's dedicated, in so many words. Religion and beliefs, especially if you're going to have kids together, you want to make sure that you're kind of on the same page with that. Some people get together and not really knowing or understanding a person's religion fully, and then when they become married, then they're like, oh shit, what happened, what's going on? And you're not even understanding that this is a part of their religion, this is a part of their belief system, and it's almost like it's too late. And so it's important that you fully understand what is required of you and what is required of them from their religion, debt, and credit history. Now, for some people, this is not a deal breaker. However, and I'm not saying these things to be a deal breaker, but you should know what you're walking into a marriage with, as far as, your significant other having a lot of student loan debt. Like, oh yeah, I got $100,000 in student loan debt. I think not. I think you need to get some of that situated before we get into this. Or say, hey, my income might be able to knock some of this down. I don't know. But you should know what you're going to walk into a relationship with as far as debt is concerned. You don't want to be blindsided by that. And now, maybe your future dreams are out of reach because your debt to income ratio is so high. You want to know, maybe, you want to buy a car, buy a house or something using credit, and to find out, your significant other's credit is jacked up, like a 300, 400. You want to know these things so that you won't be delayed from your future wants or needs, goals, and your future. What do you want your future to look like? Where do you want to be in 5 years, 10 years? What goals do you have? Because there might be something in your significant other's goals or plans that you might not agree with. Like, hey, I don't want to go RVing around the country. Well, I'm not built like that. I'm not built like that. Or, hey, I want to work real hard and grind, like crazy so we can retire at 30 or 40. Like, hey, I'm all about retirement early, but that's not in my plan. I plan to climb the corporate ladder and, get to a certain position so that it can open up doors in other areas. So you always want to make sure that, your goals kind of align with each other's. Because you don't want to get to a place where you're arguing about spending time with each other, that place where you're just arguing all the time and nothing's making sense. So you want to make sure that your goals align with each other's. Kids. You want to know if your partner wants kids or not. You don't want to sit there thinking you're going to have this big old huge family and then your partner wants none. You want to be very clear about kids and if you want them or not. You really do. You don't want to, start the birthing process and your partner is uninterested. You do not want that. I haven't experienced, however, I can only imagine. You're full of joy, you're happy, and here they are, the long, sad look on their face, or maybe even irritated or bothered by it. You're like, fuck? So you want to make sure that you all want the same thing when it comes to kids. Ambition, drive. Is your significant other driven? Say for instance, there are some goals that you all want to reach together. Like, hey, baby, I want to knock off 5 years of this house payment. And you say, okay, cool, let's go forward. You want to have someone to hold you accountable when you all have those goals to reach. That's a really good thing to have in the partner. Outside the box, get you going when you really feel down. There's nothing I want to add in there, kind of like a bonus, is a supportive partner. You really want to have your supportive partner because life changes sometimes, and what you thought you wanted out of life can just be different the next day. You're like, you know what, I wanted to do art, but I don't know, I see things differently. I want to teach now. And you want to make sure that your partner is always supportive of you, regardless of what happens. You want to make sure that your partner will always be there for you. Of course, you might say, hey, we can't do it right now, but let's make a plan. In the next 6 months, we save up or we change this, and we can go ahead and do what, you really want to do. You really want to have your supportive partner. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful and sexy. And then expectations. It can go with, the whole religion, but this is more on the aspect of roles in the marriage. Are you a traditional type of couple? Husband is the breadwinner, woman stays at home. Or are you more modern? Hey, stay-at-home dad, and the wife is the breadwinner. You should understand your roles. The roles need to be defined beforehand, as opposed to being married and oh, well, you're supposed to do this. Oh, no, you're supposed to do that. It's better to know beforehand, as opposed to being in marriage or no one knows their roles. It's important because things need to be done and get done, and you all want to understand who has what. It can be hey, let's just go along and see who does what better. You can do that too, but conversation needs to be had. Say, hey, I'm better at organizing, or hey, I'm better at cleaning, and hey, I might be better at cooking. Don't just take for granted that every woman cooks and cleans. Okay? They might be better at, you'd be surprised, your artwork, fixing things, and you might be the cleaner and cooker. So please have that conversation beforehand as far as roles and expectations in the marriage. Thank y'all so much for tuning in again. Thank you so much for watching my video. And if you have any comments or suggestions about today's topic, comment down below and let me know what you think. What other advice do you have for couples who are, engaged and thinking about marriage? Drop them down below. Until next time, I see you.